Here's an interesting update on the LED floodlights above the bench. I've just swapped the chips again because this is the 50 watt one that I put up on the right hand side, and the 20 watt one had already failed and been replaced. And this time the 50 watt, initially it lost the middle line of the LEDs. And if I show you this at the moment, you'll see there's 3 lines left. But in reality, when it gets hot, more and more strips go out until you're left with the whole light just starts flashing on and off intermittently as it heats and cools, which is quite odd. It's not the driver that's doing that, it's the LED itself. And here's something interesting. I'm running these at a very low current. I mean, let's see, it's not even registering on the meter and the power supply. Right, that's it currently at just running the chips at 2 milliamps, which is actually quite respectable. That's too bright for the camera. I'll turn it down. So that's a sub-milliamp, so the LEDs are still pretty good, but watch what happens when I squeeze it at this end. The strips all seem to have failed electrically at the bond at this end. Now, is it the bond? It actually does appear almost to be the bond onto the metal. I'm not 100% sure if it's onto the chip or it's onto the... You know what? It is. It's on where it actually bonds onto the bus bar. It's not the LEDs themselves as far as I can see, unless it's cantilevering down onto the LEDs. So that's a bit annoying. I wonder if it's just because perhaps the mass of the metal of the bus bar at this end, the welding device, perhaps it just doesn't get hot enough to perform a proper spot weld because it's maybe perhaps set up for the chips, and they'll have a much lower thermal mass for the weld that the little gold link wires make. So that's interesting that it feels like that. I wonder how common that is. Very odd indeed. It's a shame because this was quite a good LED up until this point. They started randomly going out section at a time and then flickering on and off like a disco. But all very interesting nonetheless. The saga of the LEDs continues.